Episode 4. This is crazy. Why am I doing this still? I don't know. No, I lie. I'm kidding. Got to build the channel somehow. Thank you to the new subscribers. I think we have a total of I think I have a total of five. Five people have subscribed to listen to me figure out what to do with this channel. 7 subscribers actually. Never mind. I just looked. 7 subscribers. And when you think of all the things you watch out there, you see millions and millions and millions of views, but these people have been on forever. So I mean, don't discount the guys like me that have like less than 10 subscribers and less than 5 views. I don't. It's not always a reflection of bad content, but I will say yes. The first few episodes of this probably will be boring because all it's going to be is just learning about why I did the app and my dating stories. And of course, my dating stories are not going to be as wild or crazy as a majority of people's because I'm pretty particular about who I give my time to, and I'm attentive. I'm very attentive. I go into it thinking that it's going to last the rest of my life. I put my all in it, and I don't, I don't mingle about and find the best out of those I'm mingling with. I can't put my full attention into a person to learn if I'm mingling about amongst a handful or 2 handfuls or however many people date these days. So yeah. So my notes, I took notes this week. Hunter, we cannot do this. Shout out to Hunter doing some excellent work out there in LA. She's sending me all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, because we have a TikTok filter. No, I'm not on TikTok. The company is on TikTok. And you can find Hunter on TikTok. And Hunter manages the company TikTok. I don't like TikTok. So the notes that I did for this week were communication, talking. And I compare what I have done in my relationships to what people I have known in their relationships to do. Talking and communicating does not mean shouting and screaming at each other. It does not mean trying to have it your way either. Communicating is putting what you have in your mind and your heart out on the table for consideration in comparison to what that person has on their mind and in their heart and what they put on the table. Now, mind you, that person has to put something on the table. They have to talk. They have to share. You have to be vulnerable. Come on. Because if only one of you are doing it, then it's not going to work out. And I will say this instantly. When you first meet somebody, if you're not trying to communicate with them and they're communicating with you, maybe you're not interested in them. Cut it off. Just be done with it. And maybe vice versa. If you are communicating with somebody and talking and sharing and they're giving you one-word answers and one-word responses, or when you see them, they're not saying very much or they're playing on their phone, don't give them any more time either, because guess what? It's kind of like that whole the energy you put in is what you receive in return or should receive in return. So the talking, I mean, I am all about sharing stories, sharing life, sharing thoughts. And that doesn't mean pestering and bothering somebody. It's just talk about the things that, make up who you are. What interests you. It's not all this shouting and yelling and things should be my way and your way is wrong. And, having healthy debates, though, is pretty good. And those debates are stating a case and explaining it and dissecting it. And when you do that, you need to accept some criticism, some critiques and things like that. We've all been raised so differently in life that we forget we're different than that person. We need to learn that person and not just shut them out and say it's my way. it's just wrong. It doesn't work that way. You've got to accept what makes them who they are. And, you know, and that's the dating game part of it, is you're learning to see if you can accept with this before you build a relationship with them. And I mean, most people go into it balls to the wall. They're doing everything. Some of these people moving in the same day and all that. Not same day. Um, they're moving in and they're doing all these crazy things. And it's like, what in the world? And then all of a sudden, a couple months later, oh, that was a piece of trash. I can't stand that person. And it's like, yeah, because you didn't learn them. You basically tried to get in their guts right away. And you just learned that y'all are not really compatible. And I think, you know, society's push on hurry, hurry, now, more, faster, faster. It's really adding on to the deterioration of natural, organic, you know, socialization and just getting to know people. You don't need everything at once. Now, mind you, there are some people, they communicate so effectively that they're both communicators, and they both, being like a magnet, a north and a south pole, and poof, they're done. They're just it's kismet. It's nonstop. It's jibber jabber. It's yammering. It's laughter. It's jokes. It's everything all together. And God, I am envious of those people, because you know, my time in trying to meet people, and you know, you chat, and one of the big things that I hate is, how are you? Oh, I'm great. Time for a dissertation from me, because I'm going to tell you how I'm doing. I'm going to let you know, blah, 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 blah. And this is how my day's going. Now, what about you? Okay. What the fuck is what is okay? You just, what'd you do? You stood in place all day? You laid in bed and you stared at the ceiling, and that's the only thing you did? Did you not get up and enjoy some great coffee? Or did you not try something new? Or did you not take a walk somewhere and say something to somebody, and, you know, run into a situation that made you think about something? And there are things going on, and I don't understand why people are afraid to talk about their day, especially when they're asked, how are you? Or how was your day? These one word answers or one sentence things they don't help learn anything about them. And I think what happens is, I don't know what land people live in where they think everything magically happens all at the beginning. We're not mind readers, even though Musk is making Neuralink, and I don't know if that's going well. I've got to look that up. But I don't want to read anybody's mind. I want to learn. I want them to talk. I want them to share. It's quite bothersome when people don't communicate. And that is part of communicating. It's just talking and sharing and all of this stuff. I mean, it's very, very easy. You don't need to be a dating coach to know this. And you know what's crazy? I was watching some videos about dating coaches, and they're like, oh, being your best self. No, be yourself. You don't need to be your best self. Not every day is going to be a great day. Not every day is going to be peaches and cream. Sometimes it's going to be just the stems of the cherries. No cherries, just some stems and probably a few gnats flying around. That is reality. That is life. That is something that will happen. So being your best self all the time is not going to work. You're going to either burn yourself out, or the other person is going to find out something about you that they don't like because they didn't learn about it soon enough, and poof, gone. Or they're going to think you're hiding something, or they're going to think you're dishonest. Just be yourself. And being yourself doesn't mean throwing all your bad traits out first, of course, because bad traits are who you are, good and bad. I mean, once again, we're all like a bunch of beat up luggage bags, you know? We don't know what the contents are. We just know some are heavier than others. It's a matter of, can I manage a heavy bag, or can I only manage a light bag? So while we're all this luggage, you can choose what to share. But there's a vibe that's there when you talk. And when you start communicating and sharing things, even the simple things of how your day is going, literally all of this naturally just flows out. You feel comfortable. You open up when the timing is right, it seems. I mean, I don't know what to say. I do this in all of my, well, with all of my past relationships. I don't think I have never dated a person that I did not have a relationship with, except for the last person, because the last relationship, the last dating experience, it lasted from I think January until the end of July, with an individual that was much younger than me. And I mean, things happened so fast. I was high a lot because I'd found these extraordinary gummies that were phenomenal out of California. And things seemed great. And then all of a sudden, it turns out that this person is selfish and can't be emotionally supportive, but wanted it from everyone else, when he went through bad things. So, of course, I was like, AI, oh, that's not good. Goodbye. And that's how that happened. But everyone else since the military that I have dated turned into a relationship, because even if they weren't as communicative as I was, there was always something to talk about. There was always something to share. It just naturally happened very well. And some of my past relationships were totally opposite of me. They had totally opposite interests than me. And there was nothing wrong with that. I was willing to accept that. Um, that's how I learn. I learn through those interactions. I learn through them sharing and showing me, um, instead of, looking for a clone of myself. Small rant here. I see people on social media and I see narcissism a lot, because I think these people, they look like twins or they look like brothers or sisters. And I'm like, these are narcissistic people. I understand the people that only want to be around quote unquote beautiful people or what they think is beautiful, but there's no diversity with some of these people. And all I see is narcissism, because they want to just stare in the mirror. They just want to love themselves. It's so scary. Some of the photos that I see, it's hilarious at the same time too, because it's like you're not really learning anything. You're stuck in a little bubble because everybody looks like you and they dress like you, and it's scary. I laugh. I get a lot of chuckles out of that when I'm kind of surfing, when I do surf. Back to communicating. Where's my phone here? So my first one was, are you communicating? Are you communicating? And look, those of you that are communicating, share how you communicate. Drop them in the comments. And then also, I know there's only 7 of y'all that have subscribed, and 5 have viewed. I think the most had 8 views. Hell, don't be afraid. Leave a comment. Ask me a question. I'll probably bring it up on a future episode. I really believe there'll probably be 20 episodes of me yammering about whatever is on my mind or whatever I take notes of during the week, to get on here and share, and compare to how the app can help, or relatable to socializing or in dating and meeting new people and, stuff like that. Because I really still don't know what I'm going to do, how I'm going to make a social dating podcast work when it's just me. I don't know. I'm not the most interesting person to do this. I need like a co-host and all this other stuff. Once again, I'm not going to ramble about it. All right, next thing. So I jotted down these expectations in, learning and sharing life. I think it's important. It's important to hope to create an expectation after you've learned them, but don't go in with an expectation at first, because once again, it's a luggage bag you just got. You got it for free. You don't know what's in it. It looked pretty on the outside. It was attractive to you. It's like being at an auction. That's what it is. It's like being at an auction. Oh, this looks great. I bid on it. I want it. All right, let's crack this puppy open. So don't have these high expectations. Stop watching TV and thinking your relationship is going to turn out into that fake Disney bullshit. Or what are them weird channels that some people grow up on expecting dreamy blue blue, blue. No, it's not going to do that. It's not going to fucking do that. Once again, this is reality. Everybody's lived lives. They've had good ones. They've had bad ones. They've had good times. They've had bad times. It's going to seep out. You're going to learn it. So I guess maybe if you're going to have an expectation, is to be open-minded, to absorb it. Be a little sponge. Absorb what they leak out. Now, learn new things. Share new things. And share life. And while you're sharing, you're growing together. You know, even if you're apart. Even if you're apart, when you share what happened, what life brought you during that time. Now, mind you, of course, if you just sat all day in a chair and you didn't do anything, there's not very much to share. But 9 times out of 10, you've done something that was interesting, that you would love to share, or that you've talked about, or you can't wait to share. And that's what makes that's what makes relationships so great, is going through life, whether you're together or not, and when you come together, having all these things to talk about and learn from. That's what I loved. I loved, you know, even though my interests were not the same as the people I've been in relationship with, them sharing it and how they've all felt while sharing it is a great thing. Because it lets you know that they're living life. They're living life and trying to make the most of it. I know I do. Even though I don't broadcast it, I would tell my partner, because that's the one person that you can just lean on and share with. And, you know, I don't think there's nothing better than that. I think it's better than having a dozen friends that you're trying to keep up with that give you a headache and annoy you and blah 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 blah. They all talk shit about each other. No, I don't like all that. Let's see. I already talked about sharing what's going on in daily life. I mean, as I said, things are going on. Things are going on during the day that even when you don't think anything can come from it, when you share it with somebody, new avenues of thought, new suggestions on what it was, what it could be, what it means, all this comes out, and you just keep firing, on all cylinders with somebody, and figuring out this crazy world together. I think that's just a great thing. Some people might say, oh, that's exhausting. Okay, well, then don't date anybody. Then don't get in a relationship. But then at the same time, too, maybe some relationships are healthy that way, too. I mean, it's not a healthy relationship to me if you're not sharing stuff and learning with and from each other. I don't think that's healthy. And then, of course, there are the people that just, they only think of sex in a relationship. And that doesn't last very long. Now, one of the saddest things that I have seen is being at, and I think I've talked about this to friends that I've been with at this moment, but I used to go out to eat last year, and sitting with friends, we're laughing, we're cutting up, people are turning around looking at us. And I mean, we're not doing it to be annoying, but we're enjoying each other's company. We're making use of the time together. And then we look around and we look at other people and their heads are down and they're staring at their phones. And I'm like, how are y'all living? Why are you even eating out? You could be at your house, sitting on the couch, eating a sad meal that matches your sad scenery or your sad disposition of not talking to each other. I find it hilarious. It's sad, but I find it hilarious. You're there with somebody and you'd rather be on your phone than live in that moment with that person. And you see, that's why I know dating apps also are freaking needed, because people are nosy and they want to know what other people are around, what other people are doing, blah, 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 blah. Now, out of everything that I've said, what are you learning from your partner or the person you're dating? What new things are you learning apart from each other? And together, are y'all learning something together? Are y'all doing things together? You know, it doesn't matter if it's gaming. It doesn't matter if it's watching TV shows. It doesn't matter if it's walking dogs at the park together. But what are y'all learning? Y'all are talking about something. So share in the comments or in the Discord channel. I haven't checked the Discord channel in a while. And that's because, of course, somebody... Oh, Discord's not even on this laptop. It's on the PC downstairs, but it is... Oh, okay. Well, it is on here. Let's see. Discord. Come on. Let's do a... Oh, it says it's here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see. It's doing some updates. Once again, Discord. I need help with it. I'm sitting here talking about socializing and what it takes to actually talk to people and connect, and I'm horrible with social media myself. I don't. Let me see. Oh, nope. Okay, so no new people in Discord. Okay, well, nonetheless, I will hope. Well, I hope one day that the Discord has people leaving questions for me to talk about my take. And I'm nobody. I'm not an expert. Maybe it brings up a story of something that I experienced, and something that I think is worth sharing. Might add value to somebody's life, maybe. I don't know. But I will call this time now, and episode 4 in the books, y'all. If you haven't, download Mood Social and Dating today for iOS and Android. It is the basic bare bones MVP. We're going to have a big update coming, and I hate saying a time date because every time we do something breaks. But hopefully it's before the summer, is all I can say. Oh, crap, the summer is next month. It is May already. And half of May it's the 10th of May. Okay, hopefully by August, the full-blown version with all of the features will be there. Other than that, share this podcast if you like my voice, or if you think I'm saying anything that maybe your friends or family might need to hear or might find interesting. Hey, share a link to the podcast to them. Ask them to like, subscribe. Comments would be great because, as Michael Popak says, it feeds the almighty YouTube algorithm. So let's go.